What's up, guys? HotForCreature here. Today I have Arnold B. Cage sitting next to me.
Hello.
And today I'm going to be doing a big Liquid Divinium opening. I'm going to be opening 100 Liquid Diviniums, but I'm going to be doing it specifically with one VAT at a time for a viewer of mine named Chris Moss. Stated that it is better to do the one, and I disagree. I think that since the update, it is good to spin 3, but let's just get right into it and see what we get here. Alright, so they got the power boost, which gives us everything. See, that's great. That is one thing that I really like about it, because you will, I believe, wind up getting more in the long run.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because I just got 2 gums for one Divinium, which is nice.
That's a bonus. See, again,
oh my god, wow.
That's the bonus about spinning the 1, though,
yeah,
is because now you get 2 gums for 1, so you just doubled your Divinium.
Oh man, wow. Okay, so let's see how far we can take these power boosts.
But what specifically is this whole update that you're talking about? Was it actually confirmed that they made
it hasn't been confirmed, but since it was the update before the 1.15 update, where I started seeing a lot of videos showing up and people were putting out their stats and saying, okay, I got like way more like ultras than I got before. And then you only spun, what was it? How many gums did you spin?
It was about 100.
About like 100, and you got how many perkaholics from it?
I got 6.
That's pretty good, man. That's a pretty good yield. Like, that was what I was sure. And you did it 3 at a time, I'm sure.
Yeah, I did everything 3 at a time. But I think the trick is you gotta back out. You do a couple, and then you back out, and then you do, and it helped because I swear, as soon as I backed out,
I don't know about that. Anybody in the comments, tell us what you believe about that. If that's a trick, I've seen some videos about it. Let's give it a try. See if we can get that perkaholic right here.
I'm telling you, because as soon as I backed out, man, the next one I hit, it was a perkaholic.
Now, another thing I want to touch down on is the statistics changing from DLCs. Now, I saw a forum on Reddit that was talking about he needed as much data as he could possibly get on this subject, whether 1 is better or 3 is better. But the thing was, you couldn't submit any like videos or statistics or openings in it or anything if you had any DLCs, because that involves having the DLC gobblegums, which at this point I feel like is kind of hard to come by. I certainly have all the DLCs, which sucks at this point, and I can't really do that. But I want to try this and see what my chances are with using just 1 with all the DLCs and see what my chances are. Because I've gotten a good amount of perkaholics, honestly, at this point, more than I would have thought. Oh man, that's shopping free. That's a kick in the face right there. So that is the one thing I hate about this. You see it, and you just can't get it. Big time now.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So, the only thing is, he's testing how well this goes, but how is he actually... I mean, I guess you're just going to have to go back through and count all these, each individual openings. I mean, because you're going to have some kind of comparison. I mean, looking at this, you could kind of say right now, I guess it's more positive.
I'm really... Now, a lot of people say, okay, look at your entire list of megas and that sort of thing. So, I mean, honestly, where I'm at right now, I'm at a solid 200. I could just kind of, like, recap and go look at what I've got.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's what I think you should do.
You know what I mean? So, you know, aside... I've gotten no ultras at this point. So we can just kind of look at that. So
scroll down a
little
bit.
So, you know, this is what we've got here.
All right, so that's what we're starting with.
That's what we're starting with, basically. So I've opened a few. We're gonna stop at the 115 and keep it sweet.
You gotta you know, keep the science in it. You know, you gotta actually have something to compare it to.
That's true.
Make this legitimate.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I only spun a few. That's fine. I dropped the ball in that portion, but we'll just forget that those were the controls, right? You know. Going back to science class, you gotta have some sort of control. So, I mean, so far, nothing great. I haven't gotten any perkaholics or any killing times or shopping frees. What's the other ultra? What are we up to? We got 5 or 4? What do we have now?
6.
6?
Killing time is an ultra. Perkaholic is an ultra. Shopping free is an ultra.
Is Secret Shopper an ultra?
Secret Shopper is an ultra.
Yeah, I don't get many of those.
Head drama.
Head drama is an ultra, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we've got quite a few now. So, I mean, and I haven't gotten... Have I gotten any? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh man, my heart.
Oh, there it is. The shopping free.
There it is, man. See, yeah. So that is the one reason I don't like doing this, and I do understand that. Yeah, you can actually, because I'm gonna no matter what yield more in the end, unless I got a couple of like reward doublers that got me like 4 gums, or like I don't know.
Yeah. So let's just see.
But I got plenty to spin.
There's that unbearable.
There's that unbearable.
There
God, should have brought it, man. Should have brought it to the challenge. For those of you who watched that box roulette challenge, would have been pretty clutch. Okay, see, so that's nice.
Those are
That's the best.
The third one so far.
Third one. So I mean, you know, it doubles up on what you could get, and add some to the list.
Yeah. So I mean, actually, that's I mean, you do 2, and then you equal out. You still get 2 gums, and you'll have 2 divinium. So actually, 1 just for that reason alone is better.
But I mean, that's just going off of the test for, you know, what's gonna get you more gums. This is just like textbook gonna get you more gums.
Yeah, but
on the other hand, you're looking for what's gonna get you more perkaholics.
Yeah, but on top of
now, what does that mean?
You'll just get the crate power.
Just the one? Ah, man, lame.
Well, it's because you only got this one.
Yeah, that's
You only
true.
got the VAT one. I was just pointing. Can't see that. But, yeah. But what I'm saying is, by it giving you more gums, that in itself gives you a better chance. It gives you more chances. It's like where your odds are of winning it. So by it doubling the amount of gums that you can get per divinium, sometimes that already increases your odds. That's why, like, they say the percentage for doing this is like...
See, I mean, that was a good yield. Wall power and disorderly combat, 2 pretty good gums. Is disorderly no, disorderly combat's not an ultra. That's pretty actually. That's like a mega, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So now we got a head drama, which is good.
So that's 1 ultra.
Good
mega.
gum. Great for the Panzers in the Dreisendrach Easter egg boss battle for any of you guys that are wondering what you'd ever use that for. Because otherwise, it's literally like useless. 1 round of headshot counting shots on like just zombies, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if it works on the Margwas. Never tested that. Because it is it's like a head thing. You know what I mean? They got the heads.
I would imagine so. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Might be pretty good.
We'll have to try it out.
You know what that would be great on? The lockdown in Garad Krovi. Get it before you do the lockdown? Dude, oh my god, the manglers would just be done so quick.
Well, that's a way to get the helmet real quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Guaranteed.
You gotta shoot those helmets, man. Guaranteed headshots. I like the way disorderly combat looks. The color of it's cool. It's got a nice splatter paint. Yeah. But anyway, since we'll be here for a while, I guess we can touch down on some topics. Got that Dr. Monty reveal. Knew what he looked like. See, I recognize the voice as Malcolm McDowell, and I am glad that it is actually Malcolm McDowell. Call of Duty's always been pretty known for that. If somebody voices a character, it's actually that character. They had Kevin Spacey in Advanced Warfare. That's great.
Yeah. What the event? There was the Avenged Sevenfold like ending. Remember that?
Oh yeah. That wasn't Advanced Warfare. That was Black Ops 1. Had that thing. I forgot. Oh,
yeah,
man,
but there was someone else that was in there. It wasn't Kevin Spacey then. It was another character. They always do that. They always have someone that like.
The best was like Robert Englund and Danny Trejo in Call of the Dead. One of the better maps. One of the maps that I feel like a lot of people just keep forgetting about. Like, so many people are talking about, like, oh, you know, they want the, hey, killing time. They want the, you know, the Resurrection 2.0, and they want all of these old maps and stuff like that, and they keep talking about, like, Origins and Ascension and Mob of the Dead, and, like, Kino, for whatever reason, people keep saying that's not my favorite map ever, but whatever anybody's into. But I'm not hearing a lot of talk about Call of the Dead. It's kind of disappointing me. It was one of my favorite maps. The Scavenger was awesome.
Yes.
So cool.
I'm a fan of the War of the Worlds, so the Scavenger is just great.
Gotta have that noise. The VR11 was just hilarious, too. Let me just turn this zombie into a businessman.
Yeah.
It turned his life around.
Well, that's because Vril was the opposite, you know, the 115. But going back to the Dr. Monty's thing or whatever, I always envisioned him as this like crazy, wacky like scientist.
So
dude
did I.
That like
That
looks
is what
like
I thought.
Albert Einstein kind of looking dude.
So many people thought that Dr. Monty was the weapon thief from 5, and I was like, come on, man. Who is that guy though?
I don't know. 5 is a crazy map.
5 is a hard map.
Dude, I played it a couple times and
Christ, we ought to do a challenge that, dude, if they do Resurrection 2.0. Ooh, 4 pop shocks, right? Is that what's going to happen here?
No, it'd be 2 pop shocks.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Maps.
I'm not. I was never good at that.
Yeah.
We'll move on from that, though. No, but 5, man, if we get Resurrection 2.0 and 5 is thrown in the mix, screw the new map, man. We're going straight to 5. We're going to go straight to 5, and we're going to do a challenge, and the challenge is playing 5 in general. Oh, no. Shopping Freeze is leaving me again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they only have a limited amount of space according to what people are
Can you
assuming.
imagine the download size, though? I mean, shit, one map that they come out with, it's just like, how many gigs? Like 10, at least?
No, it's not 10.
I feel like it's a lot, man. I feel like it's a big download.
I mean, the last update, there was that 1.15, that was what, 4?
4 gigs.
4 gigs?
That's
and
just
that
an
was
update,
that was
not
just
an
an update.
not
so
a downloaded map.
I think it's like 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For just one map.
Yeah.
So if they added, what is it? We tallied that as 14 maps. 14 old maps that there are.
Is there 14?
I think it was 14.
I mean,
That's here. I'll try that. Let's see. Well, we already got the Giant, so forget that. But you got Noctur and Toten. You got Shinonuma, Verrucht. Then you got Kino der Toten, Ascension, 5. Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, Moon. So we're at 9 right now. Then you got Transit. You got Buried. You got Die Rise. You got Origins. Mob of the Dead.
Yep.
You got Mob of the Dead. We missed that one. So, yeah, 14. 14 maps total. In old maps. So, that's
140 gigs.
Yeah, I mean, arbitrarily, that's what it's going to wind up being.
That's bigger than the...
that's
a shame. But that is bigger than the actual game itself.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a lot. That is a lot of stuff to throw in there. So I don't know if they'll do it. Also,
well, I think they're limited. I don't think
how
they're
much
going
would they
to do all
How much
14.
could they charge for that? You have the season pass. You're paying $15 as a normal map pack for that. If you have the season pass, you saved, I think, like $5 on all the maps total for what they're worth. But honestly, they possibly couldn't put in that much work to charge for that much. They might have to make like an entire 5th like zombies only DLC if they were to do it that way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to add all 14 in. I think they'll select the most popular ones that people want and they'll put those in.
Which I'd be fine with, because honestly the most popular is probably going to be like Ascension, Mob of the Dead, Origins, and Moon. Which I'm like totally cool with. I love those maps. I'm a big fan of them. But there'd be ones that I'd miss, you know what I mean? I absolutely hated 5, but boy do I want to play it again. That Winter's Howl. That was fun. The ice gun.
It was just funny because the presidents, like...
Yeah.
It was so random.
Well, it was the presidents, and it was also Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
Fidel Castro. Why?
It's just, yeah.
Nixon was the best, man. I always loved being Nixon. It was a classic.
There's that great power.
Yeah. Got it back. So something I want to talk about, and this is something that I haven't really seen anybody else theorize. There's a lot of theories that are surrounding what's going on. Jesus. Oh, no. Please, no.
Well, so far this isn't proven
This
great
isn't.
for
This isn't great so far. It's got to be said. But anyway, I'm gonna move on. I'll back out, and then we'll get back into this conversation here. I think what's happening here is I don't know if I trust the Richtofen that we are running with right now. Because one, we didn't see any sort of soul collection when he killed Richtofen 1.0, presumably.
Yeah, we did.
Well, he did something, but it wasn't
they actually you didn't see it happen. Technically, didn't actually see the soul, but they made note of it in dialogue. They said he like touched the body with something.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's always this big spectacle when he does it. He just like sucks it in and that.
Well,
kind
I
of
feel
thing.
like if they would have did that from the beginning, it would have spoiled so much.
I guess. All right.
So they needed to wait.
All right, so whatever. We'll throw that out. But all I'm saying is it's a little fishy now with like the Garage Grove Easter egg being through with and everything, and now we like know a little bit more about what's going on. One, I don't understand why Richtofen's soul didn't get sent up into that vortex. That's a little weird. Two, he's sending them up to Maxis. Now, from what I understand, what's going on here is Richtofen is trying to put things right. He is trying to, like, I guess completely redo whatever the hell happened with time that they have done. They've just really messed it up. According to Dr. Monty, it's like shattered right now, and it's all their fault. I swear. Oh,
there you go.
Yes.
There you go.
All right. So one perkaholic so far.
You got a perkaholic and a disorderly combat, all for the price of one. Divinium.
So that's good. That's good stats.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, I think that something fishy's going on with this Richtofen, and I'm not really sure, especially since Dr. Monty said that Richtofen is at this house that's being talked about, and he's been there for quite some time. Now, I don't actually know who the right Richtofen is right now. Are we with Richtofen 1.0 or a 2.0? Or who's the Richtofen that's at the house, and what is his prerogative? I don't really... It's a big confusing thing, and it's always kind of been that way, but it seems a little fishy and a little bit like more in the direction of like a negative aspect. I'm getting a bad vibe, I guess you could say, from this Richtofen and what he's doing. And Dr. Monty doesn't really he seems a little nervous, you know what I mean? After he talked to me when we completed the Easter egg, he's like, it's gonna be fine. No, don't worry, it'll be fine. He seems like he's like not confident about what he just said, you know what I mean?
Well, if what Monty said is true, which I imagine it could be, and that there is a Richtofen that's always been at the said house, there has to be at least 3 of them. Because one was killed, one was always with us, and then one was at the house.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There are 3 Richtofens in question.
But it could be that the Richtofen that came out of the teleporter was the 2.0 version, and the one that just happens to be with you is fitting in and is the 1.0, and he killed the 2.0.
Well, no, I mean, because it fits. It's a thing with what they're wearing and how they look. That's kind of what happened. They're like themselves from like different dimensions, because they look wildly different if you look at them. Tank's like the only one that looks anywhere close to his original form. But like Richtofen had the whole like, you know, soldier thing with his hat and stuff like that. He had a totally different getup. Now they look like super different. Ever since Origins, they were completely different people from like a totally different dimension or whatever, an alternate reality, a parallel universe. So the Richtofen that came out of the teleporter was Richtofen from Origins, presumably. The one that we're now with. And the one that
came out of the teleporter?
Yeah, the one that opened the teleporter was Richtofen 1.0.
Yeah.
So they caught up with him, and, you know, they were blah, 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 stop doing that, you're an asshole. And he opened it anyway, because he's crazy. But that's like the 1.0 Richtofen was, like, crazy and evil and, like, drunk with power. Like, he wanted to just like take over, you know what I mean? And that was, you know, very easy to see in Black Ops 2, you know? He took over the zombies after, you know, he went into the ether. That was what he was obsessed with. He was obsessed with getting into the ether and taking control of the zombies. And then Samantha, her soul went into his body. That was an interesting experience. Whoever was Samantha, or whoever was Richtofen, now was voiced by Samantha. So he was evil, but now what he's trying to do is put things right. So I don't really understand. Is he trying to put things right? Because now he's sending these souls to Maxis, and what you want, you know, what is Maxis's motive? I mean, we haven't even like heard from him other than some of the stuff, like he just like cues, like in, you know, Der Eisendrock, you know, the whole 115 activate thing. But it's, like, not actually him. That's, like, automated system stuff. You know what I mean? That's just, like, pre-recorded voice things that are in that whatever castle. And then, you know, in the giant, that's Maxis talking to you. So, I mean, I don't really know what the correlation is with that is, because that's, like, actually, like, the soul version of him.
Yeah.
So,
he was able to locate that.
Yeah. Which, you know...
doesn't really help much, because apparently all these different maps are on different dimensions.
Yeah,
so
they're just, like,
ripping, like, okay, I know you are
time.
there, but then when they go to another dimension, you just, like, shit out of luck.
Yep. So, I don't know. I mean, looking at it, it seems a little bit fishy. It seems like the Richtofen that we're with right now is doing... we can't trust him. I don't trust him at this point. I tried, and when they came out with the Richtofen memories, I felt so, like, on, like, a deep level on the same page as him, and, like, I felt for him, you know what I mean? Like, he just said, like, I've been trying so hard to do the right thing, and I'm trying to make things right. And, you know, he's talking about the blood vials. I mean, he's putting in a serious amount of work, and nobody really knows what's going on, but it's something with these blood vials that he's doing, and now all 4 characters have 2 blood vials on them, which he considers their insurance policy. So, I don't know if that's like a second life, or if they're going to be somebody else, because Richtofen's blood vials have 2 of the Mob of the Dead prisoners' number IDs on them, so, I mean, that's a thing to think about. So, I felt for him, and I trusted him, and now after the Garad Krovi Easter egg, I don't know how I feel. I don't really know what he's up to at this point. He's collected souls for Maxis, so now, I mean, honestly, what's done is done. As far as I can tell. He collected all the souls for Maxis and gave them to him. What the hell is Maxis doing with them? What else does he need?
Maybe he's playing Maxis.
He could. That could also be a thing. He could be duping Maxis.
Could be playing him real good. Doing him a good play.
That would be... I mean, Richtofen is a pretty smart guy. He is a doctor.
Yep.
He is a doctor. So I don't know, man. I guess we'll find out. Hopefully we get that DLC 4 teaser soon. Open up a few more doors for answers to things. We got the short conversation with Monty, but it was basically just him, like, lecturing us. That was my favorite thing. He's just like, don't mess it up. It's like a dad. He's like dad. He's a dad figure now. He's like,
yeah,
Father Monty.
It just leaves this open. You know, maybe people can comment and let us know what they think. I'm sure there's more people that are out there that actually follow, like, everything completely and know, like, all the lines.
Oh yeah, there's people that are super into it. There's a lot of theories floating around. I mean, there's so much information being thrown around and people talking about it that at this point it's just like, what theory? We need to clear our heads for a second and find ourselves for a minute and then, like, come back to it, because there's just so many crazy theories, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, we're down to the last one that I'm gonna spin. I said I would spin 100, so we're gonna bring ourselves to 115, which is coincidentally a fun number to stop at. So give us a little drum roll here, you know. See what we get.
All right. So
the final verdict, I'm going to say, it is good to spin one at a time because you get the power boost and you can get more gums for your Divinium, for your money. But I wouldn't say that it really increases your chances of a perkaholic, because aside from what, it was a difference of 15. You know what I mean? I spun 115 doing 3 at a time and got, like, I don't know, what was it, like 4 perkaholics?
There's 3. So it works out that if you're going specifically for perkaholics, that you're more likely after this 100, now this is a very small control, but you're more likely to get perkaholics specifically if you're going for one specific gum hitting 3 VATs than you are 1, because we had a chance for 3 perkaholics and we only got 1 out of the 3. But if you're going for gums in general, and specifically more megas, or ultra rare megas or whatever, then 1's probably your best bet if you're trying to be efficient as far as Diviniums go.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's what you're looking for. It's either way.
So there's your data there. Again, this video was for Chris Moss, so I'm putting this one out there for him, because he you know, he combated my video and said, hey, you know, I think the one is better. And, you know, there's a lot of forums on it and a lot of discussion about it. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's really just, it's going to be a random thing on what you're going to get. Because, I mean, somebody could do the same thing that I just did and get, like, 10 perkaholics. You never know. So that about wraps it up. So
We'll
thanks.
just show the
Yeah. Let's showcase what we got here then.
that way it's, you know, we can look over and see.
So you know, you data people, do your math. Check it out. Look at the list.
Yep.
Check it twice.
All right. Well.
All right. That about wraps it up. So thanks for watching, guys, and thank you, Chris, for giving me the drive that I needed to spin some Diviniums here. So yeah, peace out, guys.
Bye.